Derrick Henry said his fumbling problem is testing his faith. Show the video.
Shit, I'm still pissed off, mad at myself. I'm my worst critic, so I don't try to harp on it too much. I talk to my family, the people that I get advice from, my teammates, lean on them. But at the same time, it's a problem that got to get fixed. So I'm working on it. I'm working as hard as I can, to let this issue be resolved. And it's tough right now to do consecutive weeks back to back, which is crazy. So y'all saw me in the strike. Y'all was just like, I can't believe this happened for the third time. But gotta go back to work and push forward, even though it's hard.
All right, I'm tired of hearing these guys. Can I break down? Is there a fundamental issue with how they address questions nowadays? Have you seen a huge difference? Because I have. I've seen a big difference from football when it was real football and we owned up to everything and we spoke loudly and we would have just said, you know what, I fumbled, man, and I'm gonna get better. I'm doing some things this week, and it is what it is. Not the hoodie over the face. The motherfuckers are like sad. They want to their victim. They want you to feel sorry for these motherfuckers now, homie. I'm so fucking tired of these motherfuckers nowadays. I really am. They're soft as fuck. I don't give a fuck if they're 6'5", 230 or 6'7", 320. They're soft as baby shit. I'm tired of hearing it. Own the fuck up, man. Goddamn, we pay you more money, you play less, and now you still bitch? No, you fumble the ball when it matters. Fuck. Take the goddamn arm sleeve off, homie. How about that shit?
I call it seeking comfort, JB.
Fuck. It's victim.
They seeking comfort. And I'll be honest, I don't know if he's serious on the first carry. Because once you put that shit on film, oh boy, everybody trying to get that ball out now. And the way he carries the ball like a guy that's never fumbled.
It's fucking everybody, though.
But once you start fumbling, you got to get that thing high and tight, and you're going to sacrifice a little elusiveness, a little explosion right at the beginning, but you're going to create more ball security. And you got to just do that for a couple weeks so you put it on film that you're over that fumbling thing, because right now they're going to be punching at the ball more so than, and especially when you're built like Derrick Henry. That gives a person a reason not to try and go body for body on the contact. So I want to know, Willie. You brought up I'm with you on this one, JB.
You brought up a good point, though. You brought up Willie Taggart specifically. Like, is Willie Taggart literally, seriously, like, because we know how the NFL is, and I don't think people break this down macro. Not to, Smitty, I know you're about to go. I want to break this down. Coaches that go to the league, Smitty, for like a one-stop shop is kind of like a guy that was a head coach at Oregon, then Florida State, and they paid him $18 million to leave and basically had a bad head coaching run. Those guys go to the league for a one-stop stop. So they're not really there to coach, homie. They're there to get another job. That's the problem with these guys. They're not there to coach. You think Willie Taggart's really pressing Derrick Henry to get the most out of him and fucking going hard on him and ball security, job security, motherfucker. Take the goddamn arm sleeve off. Are we throwing baby oil on his arm sleeve? Because Shaun, I'll be honest, we used to put the slip skins on the ball. And I started this shit back in 2005 when I used to take the pantyhose, the pantyhose liner, the one that we put over our head. I used to
poor man's wave cap.
Poor man wave cap. I put it on the football. And you can ask any of my players. This was 2005, 06. Cats were like, what is that? And it was a slip skin, I called it. Then they actually made a slip skin. I'm not saying I started it, but I think they had a slip skin they created. I think Gilman Gear had one. You actually slip it into the ball. You slip the ball into it. And we used to snap the quarterback the ball with it on a rainy week or something, get the ball slippery, right? So we did all those things. Are we testing these cats? Like, are we putting them through the fucking gauntlet, or are we scared to coach them because of who they are and what they make? That's the truth of the matter, and I can see it.
You don't want to make assumptions, because at the end of the day, your question, we don't have an answer to it because we're not there.
No, that's why I asked the question. I said, are we? I'm curious.
When I look at the Baltimore Ravens, I see a team that has gotten relaxed on the fundamentals.
Yeah.
The little things that have made them consistently successful, that they're not a high priority right now to a lot of their players because they're so talented. When you look at the roster sheet, you can tell they haven't bought in fully this year to the details. And that's why they're getting beat. Ball security, alignment, execution, like they're just off. And you know, complacency probably would be the word that comes to mind when I watch them play.
I just never seen complacency at this high level when guys getting paid to do a sport. Like, and they're getting paid more than we've ever seen. I've never seen the complacency that I see now. And
you never seen a team ever back in the like early where you're like, damn, they're not looking like themselves. Like,
no, that's not my point. Like, I know you're being smart ass, but I'm talking about all sports. I'm talking about NBA, NFL. I'm talking about Major League Baseball. I'm talking about the complacency of all American sports. That's why I've been saying American sports are dying and dead. I've never seen it. Overall, I've never seen it. We're so lax. We're so soft. We're so fucking victimized. We're so blame everyone else. We're so fucking like, I don't want to hear your soft speaking ass when you make 200 mil, homie.
He's upset. Like, what do you want?
I don't care. I'm not talking about everybody though. I'm not just talking about him.
Excited and stuff. Yeah,
I'm not just talking about him.
Bounce back.
No, see, that's where you're wrong at. When did the fumble? Nah, that's where you're wrong at. See, I know you defend everything, but that's where you're wrong at. When did the fumble occur, homie? When did the fumble occur?
Late game.
What game? What day?
Which fumble?
The Derrick Henry.
Sunday. That was Monday night.
Okay,
right?
Monday night.
What day's today?
Friday.
Is Friday.
And the interview was when?
I don't know.
Yesterday.
Last night.
All right.
So 4 days you're holding on to that soft ass mentality, huh? You're telling me that it fucking don't matter?
What you said is not true.
Stop, homie. You give these motherfuckers so many goddamn excuses. Everybody's excuse for you, homie. Like the motherfucker fumbled 4 days ago. He fumbled 4 days ago. He fumbled 4 days ago. The next day. What's your rule, Smitty? 24-hour rule or not? You got 24-hour now? You got a 24-hour rule or not?
Yes.
Okay, so how many days you gonna be sad about it?
24 hours. They played Monday night. That was Tuesday.
How many days you gonna be sad about it? How long can you be sad about a fucking a fumble?
You gotta move on, but he's upset because it's not the first fumble. He's been fumbling this year. He's upset.
He's fumbled every year. You just keep avoiding the fact when he fumbles when it's crunch
only
time.
thing I'm trying to say, if you look at his actual, I'm not gonna argue with like shit that don't make sense. If you look at his actual numbers in the previous season, you can look it up. Google works. It's a real thing. You go to StatMuse and look at how many times he fumbled.
Why do you keep missing the point?
That's all I'm trying to say.
But why do you keep avoiding the fact that I keep saying he only fumbles when it matters?
So, but if he has
so go back to Alabama. Go back to Alabama and watch the crunch time fumbles at Alabama that he had. How about that? Google works, homie. How about muse that shit? How about go check when he fumbled at Alabama, when he fumbled in the Titans in the playoffs against New England, when he fumbled for the Ravens? Why is it in crunch time? That's when it matters, homie. I don't give a fuck if he runs for 200 yards when they're winning by 40. Do you? I don't know, but maybe you think so. I don't.
So
I think it matters when it fumbles.
Let me bring the show into 2025 because nobody really uses Google anymore. Everybody's on Chat GT or whatever.
That's yeah.
The fact that you said the way you said it, you actually brought it back to like 99.
You sound like when you got drafted again and the players you couldn't play with you. That's when you just brought it back to.
Right. He said, what you call it? Chat GT. You fucked the whole take up.
So did you get like an atlas map out?
Right. Like, what did you do, homie? A couple?
I still got a house set of encyclopedias. Like, some things should never change. Anyway, to JP's point, he just didn't know how to present it correctly.
Who's JP?
It's JP though. Yeah. Before we continue, I didn't know who
JB. I'm Southern, so my accent sometimes.
You said JP. Clearly, that's
like clear JP. But go ahead.
Like Justin Pearson.
Like, am I fucking JP Olosman? Go ahead.
Modern athletes don't prioritize greatness. They prioritize the bag.
Cisco said, you call me Juan Pablo.
Shout out to Cisco X, by the way. My guy.
He a football coach, but he really a fuck comedian.
Yeah. But think about it. Like, back in the day, guys wanted to be great. So whether they had gotten paid or not, they were always chasing greatness. There was always improvement in their presentation, skill set, attention to detail. Like, they wanted to be known as one of the greatest that ever did it, or at least the best version that they were blessed enough, to be able to present. Now guys get the bag and just say, fuck it. I'm going to go be a socialite. I'm going to go be a social media celebrity. You know what I mean? Like, don't talk to me. Like, I'm already paid. Like, so it's noticeable.
So when you say that, and I mean, we're talking about Derrick Henry right now. So I get your point, but are you saying that Derrick Henry falls into that world, that bubble, or are you speaking more general right now?
I'm speaking general. I think Derrick Henry still has the same work ethic that got him to the success he's got to. I've never heard anything but great things about Derrick Henry and his approach and work ethic.
Me too. I just want to make sure, because sometimes sometimes we get not you, Shaun. Sometimes this show we get so.
I've heard great things too.
Stuff. Not you, Shaun. Sometimes we get loose with our words on here.
I've heard great things too,
and we say everybody is just this whole generation soft. This whole generation don't work on this whole generation, and I think that's just like a lazy approach. When I know personally all types of players in today's game who bust their ass, who got that old school mentality. We just had a kid come on, a guy come on yesterday for JUCO who's a present day player who has that old school mentality. There's a bunch of those guys. So I just want you old heads who always kind of like tries to look down at this era. And I understand it's different, and some of your points are valid, but it's not the whole generation. It's not all the players. It's a lot of players who still badass motherfuckers who go out there, play physical, bust their ass, earn their money. Majority of the players are still on that type of wave. So
the only reason I brought Taggart up was because when the roles were reversed and Taggart was the head guy, and somebody in your position was screwing up, I mean, you caught hell.
But that was college, though.
I don't give a damn. Like,
what are you gonna do? Cut Derrick Henry? What are you gonna do?
I got a chance to give it back.
Hey, Darnell, would you say the majority though is that way, or that you just eloquently stated, or the majority is the way I say?
I think majority is more on my side, but
of course you do. Of course you do, but it's factual.
We can agree to disagree. There's no actual fact or stat to say you're right or I'm right. It's all subjective, so that's fine. No reason to argue. There's different opinions.
There's actually a stats out there. You can call Mina Kimes and ask her. She'll tell you.